Howdy, howdy. Today, it's leg day, as is in the title. And to be honest, I wasn't planning on recording this video today. I was planning on getting in there for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and getting right out and then going on throughout my day. But I decided, let's be disciplined, right? Let's do that. Because there's two options in this world. You could be undisciplined, you could be disciplined. And today, I chose the discipline option. Because today earlier, right, I'm usually doing stuff throughout my day. I'm usually working, all that kind of jazz. But I didn't work today, right? And whenever I don't work and my girl does, I don't know what to do with my time sometimes. And I did nothing until like 3 p.m., 3:55. And then I got up out of bed because it's 6:05. And that was, I the first time of my day at 4:30-ish. And as a guy who's trying to bulk, that's not what I should be doing. It's actually the opposite of what I should be doing. All right, but I got back to my mom's house and I ate a bunch of food and everything. So I've been slacking a little bit today. And you're always gonna have those days where you do a little bit less than usual, or you don't do everything that you should, right? And we all can work through that, Like a guy like myself, who is usually a disciplined person, is usually on time and on task with things, and usually does the right thing. Not always, but for the most part, I mess up sometimes, and I can accept that. I can accept being like, man, I could have done better there, or I could have done more, or, whatever the circumstance may be. But sometimes like I said, I'm undisciplined sometimes, and I could do better. I could do more. And that's just learning and just kind of figuring out with time. Like tomorrow, it'll be the same type of day, but I won't even be going to the gym today. So I really got to figure that out. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to take my dog on a walk. Wrigley, I love her to death. You guys have never seen Wrigley other than that one vlog I went to Brown County with my wife. I don't know. So I'll probably do that tomorrow, along with some door dashing, because I do that on the side every now and then. I used to do it a lot more, when I didn't work in the mornings and stuff and everything, but, but it's just some good side money, but it's not always the best. Like in the areas I'm in, what my tip is for a DoorDash, if you live in a smaller town where everything's kind of close and compact, right? Like you don't really have to move that much. But if you're in like a bigger city or things that are more expanded out, like if you ever been in Fort Wayne, Indiana, it's not the biggest place ever. I think it's the second biggest place in Indiana though. But it's not really like it's big in terms of just like there's a lot of places where you can go in Fort Wayne. It's like 15-minute drives from one spot to another. So I'm doing 30 minutes in just one trip, and then I'm wasting a ton of gas, and then people in Fort Wayne hate the tip, and they only tip like $1. Like I had this one guy, I was about to accept the order, but then I saw I was only making $2 or $2.50 from a 20-minute order, and I'm like, screw that. But the thing about DoorDash that kind of sucks about the app is what they do is they make you you can't deny more than 2 orders per like dash or whatever you want to call it. So that's the thing that sucks about it is, let's say you go and you give your reasons why you don't want to do it. Hey, I'm not going to make much money off it and stuff. And that's cool and all right, but you can only deny 2 and you're only getting whatever you get. So if a guy only wants to give you $3 for an order, not tip, but like they only gave you $1 and DoorDash gives you $2, well, that's all you get. And then, okay, I'm denying that one. The next order, you get $5. Okay, I'll take that one. The next one, you get $8. Oh, I'm definitely gonna take that one. And then the next guy gives you $2. Oh, well, I don't really want to take that, but I already denied one order, so I guess I have to do that. So you're not really profiting from it. You're just kind of bypassing the time. And the most I made off of one order was like $21. And that was pretty cool. I made $21 in like 13 minutes. That was really good. That was really cool. That's a lot of moolah. Like, that's like 60 something an hour. That's insane. But with my job up at UPS, since I've started working mornings and everything, yeah. The thing about that is I'll be making overtime after 5 hours, and if I go from my morning shift to my afternoon shift or whatever, it all counts as the same thing. So I can get like 3 hours of overtime. That's really good, man. That's really good. So like time and a half. So it's like I'm working an hour, but on my paycheck, I'm working like an hour and a half. That's good. So, but today's legs, I'm not mentally locked in as much as I probably should be. And that's the one thing that that you're not always going to be fully prepared on, you know? Being fully locked in for a leg day or something, you're not always going to be in the mood for a leg day. You're not always going to be in the mood for the gym, you know? And a lot of it is what we do in our day-to-day. And today, I have not done anything, right? I slept a long time. I doom scrolled for like 2 hours. Just not good for my health whatsoever. Like, me sitting here and not doing anything, not right now at this current moment, but like when I was in my bed and I was just doom scrolling, not doing anything, what is that doing for me? Absolutely nothing. You know, that contributes to a boring, pointless life, you know? And the thing is that's weird about the human brain is we do those things. Like, it's not uncommon for a lot of people to do that, but we don't get anything from it. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make us feel better. It doesn't even feel good while you're doing it. That's the thing that I don't understand about myself sometimes, is when I get in those moods sometimes, but it's usually on like a Saturday, Sunday when my girl's working, when I really don't have much to do, right? And when I'm not moving much or I'm not doing much, I just kind of sometimes just sit there and doom scroll, right? And it's like, I don't even realize I'm doing it sometimes. Like, I'm just on my phone. And then I lock in. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, that was my realization. I was like, and I felt way worse afterwards. Like, it doesn't contribute to anything positive. You know, I don't get money from doom scrolling. I don't get any type of dopamine other than short burst dopamine. You know, on a video once in a while that is a little enjoyable, like a cool edit or something. But other than that, I didn't gain anything from doing that. I gained nothing from I literally gained nothing from doom scrolling. I gained depression and time wasting and anxiety probably from it more than anything. And those aren't good traits. Those aren't good things that you want in your life. You want progress. You want achievements. You want dopamine that's long lasting, like a family, or you know, me winning a bodybuilding show, or, you know, running a marathon, having a successful book. Those things are long lasting dopamine, right? But the thing is about doom scrolling and those type of things are stupid. They're so stupid. Why is it in our brains we feel like we don't feel the need to doom scroll, but when we're doing it, it almost feels like a need, because it's like, why have I been doing this for 3 hours? When you're doing things for 3 hours or longer, that's almost a need. A job, doing more than 3 hours, that's a need. You need money. Sleeping, you're doing it more than 6-7 hours, that's a need. You're eating throughout your day. I just got a notification. That's more than 3 hours in your day. You know, it's pointless crap. You know, it really is. It's pointless crap that we don't need in our lives, yet we do the things that we don't need, right? I understand that we need a balance of life of things of wants and needs. And that's like prioritizing what you should do, what you need to do, and what you want to do last, you know? So that's all balancing life and kind of figuring out what works for you and, you know, what feels healthy and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, you're only given one life. You know, you overcome obstacles all the time, right? So we're going to get in this leg day. I don't really much want to do it right now, but I think that's the lifts that you're really going to progress on. and you're really going to make improvements on. Maybe not even muscle-wise, but discipline-wise. I'm going to get in here and get out and feel great from it. Feel great that I actually did something with my day today rather than just lay pointlessly on my bed and doom scroll for another 4 hours, because I could have done that. But I didn't. So, let's get in here. First movement, we have a squat on a Smith machine, one of my more favorite movements to add on weight, because I can't do leg press because the amount of weight I do is too much, because I'm putting off too many plates and taking off too many plates. So this or a hack squat is perfect. But the reason I like a lot of the Smith machine squats, and I don't know why a lot of people don't, but it adds a lot of stability, and I feel like I have a good squat pattern when I do it, and I hit mainly in my quads. Even if my feet aren't close together, well, I still hit quads rather than anything else, rather than like a barbell where you're going to be hitting a lot more glutes. Next, we just got a leg extension to hit the quads again. We're basically just abusing the quads today because we hit the hamstrings really hard last time. But we're just doing some single leg just to isolate each leg a little bit more. Because if you want bigger legs, if you can already max out a certain machine, well, you're more likely not going to be able to max out the machine with, one leg rather than both. So, and this allows you to just get a really good squeeze, and make sure you keep the other leg at the top so your other leg isn't getting hit by the pad and you're accidentally using other existential forces from your other leg. Last movement today, so it was just a short leg day. It's just a sus machine to hit the inner thigh abductor area. It's just a really good machine to make your legs wider. This machine is pretty hard for some reason at Planet Fitness. I'm usually able to max out the other machines at every other gym pretty easily, but this one, I'm maxing it out, but honestly, it's a pretty hard machine. So train heavy, train in the around 5, maybe 10 rep range, and afterwards, when you can't do reps by yourself, almost just, you'll see it here in a second, grab by your knee area and then just start pushing in with your hands or the pad right there as I did. You'll be able to get some extra reps because this machine you'll get a great burn on. What's up, y'all? We're done. And it was an okay workout. I was gonna say I kind of expected it to be okay. It was one of those things where I feel better afterwards, right? I feel better than when I went in, right? I was kind of like, no energy, just kind of not feeling it mentally. Physically, I felt, like a little off, because obviously, if you're mentally off, you're physically gonna be off, right? Because that's what I think. If you are mentally feeling weaker, right, you're physically going to feel weaker, because you're probably not going to want to push as hard on sets. You're probably not going to want to do the workouts as much as if you were motivated or you're just good on everything. Because I didn't eat barely anything at all. It's 7:41 and I've only ate 2 fiber gummies, right, 48 grams of carbs. I've ate these 2 little sandwich things. I ate a Pop-Tart because I was like, quick 60 carbs. So I got about like 160 carbs, but not barely eating anything. That's just like, it's not, I'm not gonna say I'm not happy that I didn't go in, that I went in. Maybe I should have gone tomorrow, because I could have just used my rest day today and then fully been hydrated, fully been carved up and everything for tomorrow, but it is what it is, and that's how it goes. I can't take back that workout now. So that's the workout. I still pushed myself. I got let me think. Well, I still pushed myself during the workout. I did abs at the end, and you didn't see that. And I did some calf raises throughout my workout because I'm still dealing with my calf injury, my Achilles injury, where I can't go all the way down still. But I am about to be fully recovered. I probably got 2 or 3 more days till I have no pain, and then I could just do my stretches and stuff. But tonight, I'm going to have some fun with my buddies. I'm going over to my friend's house. He bought his own house. I'm super proud of him. You know, it's my homie. We've been day ones pretty much, you know, since preschool. You know, I think even before that, you know, and that's just super dope. And that's the thing that's cool about life is you make these relationships with these people, and they kind of dwell into something, you know, if it's, you know, like, I think just, like, having friendships is one of the most important things, because a lot of my friends, the people I hang out with, are usually people that are motivated individuals and high-performing individuals, right? And they like to be either, they're motivationally driven in something, whether it be financially, physically, you know, whatever not. They're motivationally driven in something. And I think that's one of the best things that you can be, is just driven in something, right? Because, like I've always said, if you're not driven in anything, you're not going to want to do much in life. That's plain and simple. You know, I struggled a lot back in the day with finding a purpose in life and just creating my own self-worth, right? And that was a hard time in my life. Because my first initial thing was, hey, I want to be a professional soccer player when I was in kindergarten through 4th grade, 5th grade. And then after that, it was, hey, I wanted to be a professional basketball player. I want to be in the NBA. Then that didn't work out. And now it's, I want to be a professional bodybuilder, right? I have something that drives me each and every day to do better on my life, right? And sometimes, like today, I don't always perform at 100%, right? I don't always have 100% in me because the choices I make during my day. Today, I could have been out of bed, took my dog on a walk today, got some laundry done, but I didn't do that. And that is 100% my fault. That's just me being undisciplined. That's me doing things that I shouldn't do and things I should be doing better. And you need to put that in your real life every day. And how I motivate myself is just kind of do it, right? Sometimes you don't want to do those things. That's why school and stuff is very important, because it's things that you don't always want to do, right? It sucks, though. It sucks. Life as a man sucks, because a lot of times you don't want to do things you have to do. I don't want to go to the gym, but I had to, right? Because it's a routine thing now. And if I didn't go to the gym today, it'd honestly feel weird, you know? I gotta go poop, so we're gonna make this really quick. I know I wanted to get to more stuff, but I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.